Howdy, howdy, folks. It is Diecastbuffet here again, and it is time for the first 2021 race winning paint scheme I think we've reviewed on the channel, guys. And what better one to do than Michael McDowell's Daytona 500 race winning Loves Ford. Holy cow, man, this is going to be a good one. So get your popcorn and let's go ahead and hop into this review. Alrighty, folks, right out of the good old box, and man, it is so cool to say that Michael McDowell is a Daytona 500 champion. Look, when we saw this February, and we saw where Michael McDowell did the unthinkable and winning the Super Bowl of stock car racing, this would have been like, just like in 2001 when Michael Waltrip won it. 2011 with Trevor Bayne. I mean, this was the biggest upset of possibly the decade. I mean, truth be told, no one expected Michael McDowell to win that race. And I tell you what, whoever betted on him probably had a Brinks truck coming home. But my goodness, man, that Daytona 500, man, it is going to be a classic. I truly do. There's just so much. I truly do think that, because there's so much drama to it, the rain delay, and just everything around that Daytona 500. And then it ends with a pretty much a midnight fiery crash, and then of course Keselowski and Logano wreck and Kyle Busch and company. But it was Michael McDowell, and the fact that Chase Elliott actually almost won that race. I mean, it was just a crazy one to cap off the Gen 6 Daytona era. So you got McDowell right there, loves Speedco. Now you can clearly see there's a lot of dirt. You even got some, some bear bonds, some tape on the car. You love to see that. Very reminiscent of the 2017 Kurt Busch. Of course, you have your confetti, your dirt, your grime. The Ford decal is a little bit off-centered, but it could be correct, though. And the reason why is that the body of the car could have been shifted a little bit, so that's one good thing about the raced version cars, is even though they're messed up sometimes they get away with it. Now, I got to give them a crap load of credit for this one, fellas. But you see this splitter here? They actually got confetti on the splitter here. I love that. Great job on that one, Lionel. Of course, you have your grill tape right there. You got the 34 decal right there. K&N, Sunoco. Look at all the dirt and grime, guys. Front Row Motorsports, K&N. Look, Michael McDowell is a journeyman. He is the modern-day equivalent of Michael Waltrip. Let's just be honest, guys. He's a driver that no one truly gives him a shot to win each Sunday. He drives for a small team, and he goes out there and wins the big show. And he's always good at restrictor plate races. And people say, oh, it's not real racing. It's not. No, it's a win is a win, you know. Some drivers have a knack for it. You know, both of the Earnhardts were super good at it. Jeff Gordon was super good at restrictor plate racing. I mean, the dude won, what 3 Daytona 500s, and he won like 6 or 7 Talladega races. Logano, Brad Keselowski, really good at plate races. Guys like maybe a Ryan Newman or Kurt Busch. Mark Truex Jr., yeah, you know, some of those have won, but a lot of times they end up on the tow truck. So you got Michael McDowell right there. Like that name rail right there, that name design. That's pretty cool. This is the first Michael diecast to get produced, I want to say, since 2018, if I am mistaken. Got a race car right there, Cup Series. Not sure what that little decal is there right there. Got Speedy Cash, Goodyear. We've got Sherwin-Williams, Mac Tools, Racing Electronics, K&N, Lincoln Welders, number 34 right there, loves Speedco, Safety Clean, got the American Ethanol decal there. Look at the dirt and grime, the confetti. Such an awesome diecast, guys. Got Love's Travel Stop on the back end of the car. The paint scheme is very iconic. They've had this car for a number of years, so it's so cool to see him win it. I like this yellow and orange and red stripe in the back end of this car. Definitely gives me kind of like some 70s retro vibes to it. Very, very nice. And you go to the main course of this diecast, so to speak, which is, again, very reminiscent of the 2017 Kurt Busch victory. Unfortunately, that never got made in 1/64 scale due to the monster logos, but I tell you what, this is just awesome. And even though the wheels have no damage on it, and this is a 1/64 scale car, just seeing the damage and the three-dimensional effects, this thing looks like it is. It looks so freaking good, guys. But this car, man, I'm telling you, this is I think a car that any fan of the 500 or any fan of NASCAR would want in their collection. It's just that freaking cool. I'm so glad they got this car made. I'm very glad we helped pre-order and get this car made as well. I made sure to pre-order it. I think it was the night of the 500, the day after it. Let's get the 34 right here. Get the Loves decal right there. McDowell. McDowell, once again, in the back end. You got Loves and Speeco. A little bit of a, I guess, a fun story or a little bit of background story to my experience watching this race. So, this happened in February this year. It was during a massive freeze they had down here in the South, in Texas. And I remember we had, like, it was snow outside. And for Texas, you know, 10 to 15 degrees outside is stupid cold when we have summers of 110 with humidity, right? So I remember it being extremely cold outside. I remember it was like 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock when the final laps of the 500 were. I was thinking while I was watching it, and it was the Penske cars out front. I was like, you know what, you know, Brad or Hamlin or whoever is going to freaking win the 500. And I was like, oh, that's going to be so boring, right? And that last 30 laps, it was very reminiscent of the 2013 Daytona 500, where they just rode around in a single file, and there was nothing happening, no passing, and I was screaming at the TV, someone make a move. And thank God, something happened at the end of the race, and we had an upset winner. But that whole day was crazy. It really had vibes of the 2002, 2001, a little bit of the 03 Daytona 500. It just felt like an early 2000s Gen 4 race because you started the race out, there was gloomy weather, it felt like 03, and then you had the massive crash, right? And all the cars scroll down the banking, and it's like, oh boy, what now? You know, 15 cars get taken out in one swipe, and then they had the rains come in. Are they going to race Monday? Are they going to race that night? You know, it's just crazy. And then they get the race going, and then boom, Michael McDowell is a Daytona 500 winner. And I think to cap it all off, and I'll end the video on this, fellas, just the excitement when McDowell winning that race. You know, there's some drivers, they win a race, and it's like, oh, it's just another win. And then there's drivers who win it, and then you can tell they have worked their whole life to get there, and they truly deserve it. Most people remember Michael McDowell before the start of that race as the guy who flipped in a COT at Texas in 2008 or 2009. But after that race, I think we should all remember him as a Daytona 500 champion. And I truly think in my heart that he could win another Cup race. I really do. He's a phenomenal play racer. How many years have we seen him finish top 10, top 15, top 5 at Talladega or Daytona? He's always up in the mix. And I truly think with this Gen 7 car coming up, there's going to be even more parity in the Cup Series. I really do. I could be mistaken on that, but I think with so many different new teams coming in the sport, I think we're going to continue to see more parity in the Cup Series. So who knows how that one will shake out. But nonetheless, definitely think Michael McDowell winning the Daytona 500 was the coolest freaking thing of the whole season, man. It was such an awesome experience to see the 34 car win that race, guys. What do y'all think? Make sure to comment down below. Thank y'all so much for watching the video. Of course, make sure to pick up your Daytona 500 winning car here, guys. Such an awesome looking paint scheme. Of course, the 124 is available out there, so make sure to check that out, guys. Thank y'all so much for watching the video. Make sure to give it a huge thumbs up, like, comment, and subscribe. And I hope to see you in the next NASCAR Diecast video. So, with all that being said, Diecast Buffet signing off.